Welcome to the first of the series of instructional videotapes for basketball put together by the University of Sports and Superstars basketball camps. Today we're going to take a look at several areas of guard play. For those of you who attended the post and perimeter skills clinics that were put on by the University of Sports this past fall, you will recognize many of the drills that we use. We're going to start with guard play by looking at proper warm-up technique and how to build your handle and develop your guard skills. We'll then move into attacking pressure, both in terms of traps and full court man-to-man pressure. From there, we'll move to shooting the three, how to get threes, how to get organized with your footwork to shoot the three well. We'll then move to penetrating and kicking and how to score off of penetration. We'll follow that by two-man games, getting the ball to the post and scoring on inside out, as well as pick and rolls and pick and pops, and the guard's responsibility in that part of offensive basketball. For the perimeter players in warming up and working on your handle, we want to overload you a little bit. So the first drill we're going to do is two-ball dribbling. Now this would normally be done on a full court. Today we're going to do it in the half court just to give you the idea, but also because oftentimes you don't have a full court to use. The second thing we'll work on is half court dribble and shoot, which we do every single day, followed up by the X-out drill, which is to work on your spin dribble and the power layup. So the first thing we're going to do is the two-ball dribbling. We're overloading you. You have to handle two balls at a time. We're going to go two-ball same, two-ball alternate, and then two-ball same, pulling the ball back. So, guys, start out with two-ball same, please. Here we go. Two-ball same. You can see Eric's keeping his head up, and one of the points of emphasis is planting the inside foot and stepping with the outside foot. Planting the inside foot, stepping with the outside foot with a long step. That first long step is what's going to beat your man. Keep going, guys. Start to pick the speed up a little. Start to pick the speed up a little. Now Eric's going to start the next section by going two-ball alternate. Two-ball alternate. Here we go. Now the balls alternate, but still handling two basketballs at a time, planting the inside foot and pushing off. As you can see, Aaron, the last man in line, has to get his dribble lower. Here we go. Next, they're going to go two-ball same, retreat, dribble, and switch. Two-ball same, retreat, dribble, and switch. Here we go. He takes a retreat dribble, switches hands with the ball, and is out the other side. Here we go. The next drill we do almost daily is half-court dribble and shoot. This can also be done on the full court. If you have our drill book, you'll see that the full court dribble and shoot is illustrated there. On the half-court dribble and shoot, the men are going to make a move at the first cone. It could be a spin dribble, it could be a crossover, it could be a hesitation and go. I'm not concerned with what the move is. They need to make a move. The second cone is their break to the basket. The first shot they're going to execute is the power layup. They will then clear the backboard, taking the ball out of bounds, behind the baseline, and work on their retreat dribble. In the next section of this tape, when we work on attacking full court pressure, we'll talk more about the retreat dribble. So, first man up, Eric Knapp, driving the ball at the cone, making a move. This cone, ball stays in the same hand, power layup. Next man, go right. Next man should go as soon as the first man makes his move. Now their retreat dribble, crossing over, retreat dribble, crossing over, Normally, we would then go to the left side of the floor and come back left-handed with the exact same shot. But because of our time constraints here, we're only going to work the right side of the floor. And now we're going to come back with the same thing. Move at the pink cone, sharp break to the basket of the orange cone, bank shot. Bank shot. Here we go. The next man should go right now, as soon as the first move is made. The third shot will be circle to the corner, a harder way move. So we're going to circle the corner and shoot a baseline jumper. Takes it in, takes it, circles the corner, knocks down the J. Well done, Eric. Good job, Aaron. The fourth one, we've now gone power layup, bank shot, circle the corner. Now they are going to make a crossover at the second cone and go right to the elbow for a jump shot. Crossover to the elbow, bury the J. Here we go. Bingo. Should get there in one dribble. Go, Frank. As soon as the guy's made his move, go, Aaron. Good job, Frank Knight. Now they're going to go crossover to the elbow and another crossover and a power layup. We're emphasizing the power layup. All of you guys can shoot a regular layup. We want to be able to shoot a power layup as well. Here we go. Crossover, crossover, power layup. Crossover, crossover, power layup. Go. Let's go, Frank. Good. Crossover. Frank does an excellent job of using the width of his body to keep the ball away from the defender. And the last, or the sixth shot, will be the roll hook. Now it's a crossover at the cone all the way across the mouth of the basket using the net and the rim to protect the ball from the bigger defender. Go. Crossover all the way across. He needs to go further than that. Go further. Get all the way to the other side. Very good, Aaron. That's much better. And those are the 6 shots. You would do it on both sides of the floor. One side and the other come back left-handed, but as I said, for our purpose tonight, we only stayed on the right side of the floor to give you an idea of what the shot should be. Drill we expect our perimeter guys to do as part of their warm-up every day is X-out drill. X-out because they're going to work in an Xing motion back and forth across the lane. What Frank's going to do is drive the ball from the elbow to the basket, scoring with a power layup, getting the ball out, driving to the opposite elbow, spin dribble, pull it back, and score again. Keep going, Nitty. Here we go. Drive it hard. Pull it back, score. Working on the power layup. Pull it back, good. Well done, Frank. Good, that's fine. Usually what we do is put a stopwatch on them, give them 30 seconds, and we count how many you make in 30 seconds. You get 8 in 30 seconds, you can play major college basketball. That's the X-out drill. Now that you as a guard are warmed up, we're going to start talking about attacking full court pressure. The first skill you need is the ability to retreat dribble. That means to take the ball hard at the defender, back the dribble up to establish a cushion or a gap between you and the defense. The defense could be more than one defender. It could be a trap, or it could be 2 men guarding, as you'll see in a future drill. As you retreat dribble, you need to have an arm bar up to protect the basketball. The ball should be dribbled between the knees, using the knees to protect the ball. As I move back, I cross over and I go out another direction. Every day we ask our men to work on the retreat dribble. Part of it, as you could see, was being done in the previous section where we worked on half-court dribble and shoot. Frank Knight will demonstrate retreat dribble. Arm bar, back up, out the other side. Very good. Notice how he changes direction and goes at a different angle. Good job, Frank. Very well done. Good. He keeps his head up the floor, looking down the floor. A good target's the bottom of the net at the other end of the floor. If you watch the bottom of the net, then your peripheral vision will see the entire floor and you won't miss a teammate. Now the next thing we ask our men to do is we bring in 2 defenders, and now the job of the offensive man, in this case Frank Knight, is to attack 2 defenders and get to the ball from the baseline all the way to the 10-second line against 2 defenders. In this case, we're going to go about 3/4 speed. So Eric and Aaron will guard Frank. Frank's job is to work between the blue sidelines going this way to the 10-second line. Hold it right there. One of the things that Frank did an excellent job of, he never tried to split the 2 defenders. That's fool's gold. It's a turnover waiting to happen. Attack the lead foot of the slowest defender. Attack the lead foot of the slowest defender. Work your way to the side of the better defender, cross over and attack that outside lead foot of the slowest defender, and that way you can work your way up the floor. Now, one of the things that's important in the retreat dribble is to establish some space. Remember, you have 2 men guarding you, so your team now is 4 against 3 at the other end. You want to spot that open man. The retreat dribble allows you to do it, and we're going to show how that comes into play in traps right now. In attacking full court pressure and handling the ball full court, we just finished working on 1 versus 2 dribbling. Next, we want to work on the retreat dribble against zone traps. We want to invite the trap by taking the ball towards the trap and then retreating out using the dribble, as Frank Knight's about to demonstrate. Frank's taking the ball. Here comes the trap. He backs the ball up to space the floor. Hold it right there, Frank. And what he's done is occupy 2 defenders, thus leaving his teammates 4 against 3 at the other end. He used the retreat dribble to stay out of the trap. Now we're going to pretend as if he was in fact trapped. Come on in, Frank. And we're going to pretend as if the trap took place before he started dribbling. The trap came, and Frank's going to demonstrate how to step through the trap. Notice that Frank does not get the ball high. From the time you were a young player, people taught the defense to have their hands high. If he gets the ball high and leads into the trap, the ball will be stolen. He keeps the ball low. He steps through the seam of the trap, leading with his shoulder and then pushing the ball through on the dribble. Go ahead, Frank. And pushing it ahead. Now, Aaron and Eric have not established a really good trap for the purposes of our demonstration. But even if it were a great trap, the weakness is this seam. So let's review. First of all, you'd like to use the retreat dribble to stay out of the trap. But if the trap did come and you still had your dribble alive, you want to develop the ability that Frank's going to demonstrate here on how to step through the seam and push the ball ahead, and now we're off to the races down the floor. When attacking full court pressure, you need to develop the ability to use the retreat dribble. A good way to work on it is 1 versus 2 dribbling, and you need to develop the ability to step through traps as well as retreating out of traps. So this is what we wanted to show you about how to attack full court pressure. In the last 20 years, the advent of the 3-point field goal, as exemplified by the arc here, has really changed the game. It's given smaller players a greater opportunity to have an impact upon the game. And at the same time, it's illustrated that we don't have enough good shooters in our country right now. We need to have more people become better shooters. So since most of you like to shoot the 3, in our perimeter work we want to talk about how to shoot the 3. Now, we're big believers that in shooting the 3, you need to get your legs into the shot. Therefore, you need to 1-2 into the shot. That starts by doing a good job with getting your feet organized, doing your homework early, so when you receive the ball, you can deliver it and 1-2 into the shot. Aaron and Frank are going to rebound for Eric Knapp as Eric Knapp demonstrates what we mean. As the camera follows Eric, focus mostly on his feet, not on the upper body part, because we're trying to demonstrate to you how important it is to 1-2, thus getting your legs into the shot, since you need more power further away from the basket. Here we go, guys. Notice how he 1-2 into the 3. He moves, he gets his feet organized, he 1-2s into the 3. 1-2 every time. Left, right. Now, if you were a left-hander, of course, it would be reversed. It would be left, right, left. He moves, he gets his feet organized, and he 1-2s into shooting the 3. All right, thank you. We're going to give you 2 excellent drills to work on developing rhythm and conditioning and 1-2ing as you shoot the 3. The first one, Eric's going to demonstrate at the top of the key, we call 10 in a row. The rebounders are going to pass the ball to Eric. Eric's job is to make 10 threes in a row. Once he misses, then the game becomes 9 in a row. If he misses, the game becomes 8 in a row, and so on. You'll see it becomes a game in which you have to work on your rhythm as you 1-2 and your J. At the same time, conditioning and fatigue becomes a factor as you shoot numerous jump shots in a row. Here we go. Let's go. Make the pass. He's got to make 10 in a row. So now he's got to make 9 in a row. Now he's got to make 9 in a row. Let's go, you 2 rebounders. Got to make 9 in a row. Now he's got to make 8 in a row. He's got to make 8 in a row to win the game. Now he's got to make 7 in a row, and if he'd make 1, it'd really help the drill. Okay? Good. Now he's got to make 6 in a row. 6, 6, make 6 in a row. Good. Now he's back to 6 because he got to miss. 6 in a row wins the game. 5, got to make 5 now. Got to make 5, got to make 4. If he makes 4 in a row, he wins the game. 4 in a row, good. Now he's down to 3. He's down to 3. He started at 6, he's down to 2. He started at 6, he's down to 1. He makes this, he wins. If he misses, he goes back to 5, but he won it. Had he missed it, he would have gone back to 5 in a row. So that's the first of the drills that we're going to give you. The next one is to be called Run the W. The second drill we're going to show is Run the W. In this case, Frank Knight will start at the 10-second line. He will sprint to the first cone, receive a pass, knock down a 3. Backpedal to the 10-second line, sprint to the next cone, shoot a 3. Usually we have 5 cones on each side, a total of 10 shots. But for our purposes tonight, we're only going to have 3 on each side in light of time. Go ahead, Frank. Now that time he shot the ball off the catch. We want to see him 1-2. 1-2 into the 3. 1-2, knock it down. Good job. His teammate has to hustle after it. 1-2. Good for rhythm, good for conditioning. Sprint, let's go, knock it down. 1-2, good job, Frank. Hold that follow through, extend that arm, fingers through the ball. There we go, good job, and finish, make the game, win it, win it. Beat your hated rival, knock it down. Good job. Now, as you can see, Frank's a little bit winded. Normally we do 10 spots, so he'd have to do almost twice the work he just did. It's a good conditioner and allows you to work on shooting the 3 much like you would on the fast break. The times that you're going to get the 3s most often are on inside-out penetration, either throwing the ball to the post, getting the ball back out from the post, or on dribble penetration and kick, which is the next thing that we're going to cover, or out of 3s, okay, on the fast break. Fast break or inside out. Inside out on feed to the post or on penetration is what we're going to move to next. Dribble penetration can get open shots both for interior players and for perimeter players. Since we're talking in this tape and focusing on perimeter play, we're not going to be concerned with the dribble penetration to get the ball to the postmen spacing the floor, but rather to a perimeter man. In this case, Aaron is going to drive the ball from the left wing into the paint. What he is thinking about as he drives into the paint is getting Eric's man on the weak side defender to suck to him. He has to get into the paint and come to a stride stop so that he can deliver the ball in the proper position to his teammate, Eric, on the other side. Eric's responsibility is to put himself in a position where Aaron can get the ball to him, not where we have 3 in a row, meaning offense, defense, offense, where you can't get the pass through. So Eric's job is to relocate organize his feet, and be ready to shoot the three after Aaron dribble penetrates. Let's go, Aaron. Notice that time, Eric drifted towards the top of the key as if his man had sucked in towards the baseline. Go again, Aaron. Same thing. Boom. Let's take it this time and go the other direction with it. So you drift to the baseline some, Eric. Dribble penetration. That's a very good pass, Aaron. It's imperative that you as the passer deliver the ball into the shooting pocket. If the offensive man receives the ball here, it's not good enough to get the ball to him. You must get him the ball where he can do something with it. So on dribble penetration, we're thinking not just about getting the ball to our teammate, but getting the ball where he can shoot it. Now, the next drill we're going to do is the exact same thing, except Aaron has to read me as the defender. If I come to him, he dishes to Eric for the shot. If I sag off him, he follows and finishes himself with a power layup. So he must read me. Come. Good job. Take it back out. Good. That time the pass was not a good pass because he hit Eric on the left shoulder rather than in the shooting pocket on the right side. Come again. Good. Much better pass. It hit him in the shooting pocket, and it led to a made basket. In this respect, what I say is, Eric wants to get his name in the newspaper. Aaron has to help him get his name in the newspaper by delivering the ball where it belongs. Dribble penetration to help set your teammate up for a good shot. The next segment we're going to focus on with perimeter play is two-man games. We're going to look at two aspects of two-man basketball. The first is feeding the ball to the post as a perimeter player, relocating to get your own shot on a punch-in, punch-out maneuver. Then we'll move to ball screens, where the big is setting a ball screen for a little, and we're going to talk about the responsibilities of a little, you making use of the ball screen on a pick and roll and a pick and pop. The first thing Frank Knight's going to demonstrate is how we want to get the ball into the post, making use of the flare pass, and to begin with a test dribble. He's going to test dribble to establish a better passing angle because Eric has the defender in red sealed to the high side. If the flare pass is a reach around the offensive man, he should keep two hands on the ball longer, and we're going to do it again. Start a ball against the wing, Frank, drive it to the baseline to get a better passing angle, and delivers the flare pass on a bounce into Eric. Now, the next thing we're going to do is Aaron's going to step off the floor. We're going to do the exact same thing. And when Frank delivers the ball to Eric, he's then going to move back out to the outside and spot up in a position to get an open three. And we'll go inside out. Here we go. Relocate, feet organized, 1-2. Now, stay right where you are, Frank, please. You can see right now he doesn't have a three-point field goal, which is not the end of the world. The most important thing is to get your feet organized. It turns out you're a few inches inside the three, so be it. Don't worry so much about that line. Let's go again, inside out. Reorganize, get your feet organized, Frank. Good. And he's ready to 1-2 into the shot. Very good, well done. Next we're going to move to on ball, pick and roll, and pick and pop. Whether you're playing on your junior high or high school team or in the backyard with a couple of buddies, an integral part of basketball is two-man games, pick and roll and pick and pop. We're going to start with demonstrating today with the responsibilities of the perimeter player, usually a guard, when a big man is setting an on-ball screen for him. The first responsibility of the perimeter player is to think score. It is your responsibility to get the ball into the scoring area. Don't think pass to the big man first. Think your own opportunity to score first. As Frank Knight receives a ball screen, and the screen comes and he has a live dribble, he's going to take a step away from the screen to set his man up. Now, if his man does not force him into the screen, then Frank's immediately going to drive that direction and take his defender off of the dribble. Assuming he does force him in, Frank's going to come right off of Eric's hip, and as he comes in the area, the first thing, as I said, he's thinking about is his own score, which means he's going to take more than one dribble. He's going to drive into this area. If he doesn't have it, then he'll back the dribble out. Eric, as a big man, is going to roll to the basket. Here we go. Good. Let's do it again. This time, Frank, I want you to turn the corner and go all the way to the basket for a layup. Here we go. Now, remember, the game is played at sharp angles. Once Frank cleared the screen, he wants to go in a direct path to the basket, not round it. Now, this time I'm going to ask Frank not to use the dribble to begin with, but to jab and then come right off. His first dribble will be using the ball screen. And when he gets into the seam, Frank, I want you to get in the seam. I want you to hesitate, okay? Like Andre Miller does very well for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hesitate and then go all the way to the basket. Here we go. Yes, very good. What we said, the perimeter guy's responsibility is get the ball to the basket. Now, this time we're going to make the pass to the roll man, and it's imperative to remember that pass is always going to be a bounce pass. It's always going to be a bounce pass, and it's not a backhanded pass. It's a flare bounce pass to the roll man. Here we go. Good. Well done. Pick and roll. Now we're going pick and pop. On the pick and pop, as Frank Knight goes off of the screen and gets in the area and sees that he can't get his own shot, his teammate, who's a good shooter, has decided instead of rolling to the basket to open up and get his feet organized. It is Frank's job to get the ball to Eric, but it's Eric, the big man's job, to establish a passing angle where no defense is in the way. Here we go. Pick and pop. Notice how Eric drifted back to the top of the key so the defender would not have an opportunity to deflect the pass from Frank to him. Let's go again. Pick and pop. Good. Good job. And as you can see, Eric 1-2 into the shot. Now, we're now going to demonstrate the box drills as we step to the baseline. And for those of you, whether it be your own high school practice or junior high practice or with some buddies in the backyard, these two drills are excellent at developing the ability to run screen and rolls, pick and rolls, or pick and pops. The first one we're going to demonstrate is pick and roll. Here we go. Eric rolls the ball out. He gets behind it in a triple threat. He follows his passes, sets the ball screen, and scores. Get out of the net, Eric, Frank Knight, get out of the net. Frank rolls it out. Frank gets behind the ball. Triple threat, follows his own pass, pick and roll, right there. Now we go pick and pop. Pick and pop. Here we go. Pick and pop. Rolls it out, behind the ball, follows his pass, gets his feet organized, knocks it down. Good job. That's the way to open up the ball, Eric. Get the rebound. Here we go. Roll it out. You're shooting it again, Napper. Excuse me, Nitty's shooting. My fault. Frank opened up the wrong way. We want you to open up so you see the ball quickly. One more time. Here we go. Rolls it out. Follows the pass. Opens up. That way he sees the ball quickly and converts on the pick and pop. Thanks, guys. So, we've shown you two ways to play two-man games. Inside out with a post player or pick and rolls with a post player. Let's remember that the pick and rolls will usually not be executed with a little screening for a little because the defense will just switch that. It's going to be a big setting a ball screen for a little, a perimeter man, who is then going to execute either a pick and roll or a pick and pop. Games you can use, two-man games, you can use not only with your own organized team, but even in playing outside, backyard, playground, etc. As we review what the perimeter players worked on today, I think it's important to reflect on what college coaches are looking for in guards. Number one is the ability to get the ball into offense. Now that means attacking full court pressure, it means having a good handle, and maybe more important than anything else, it means making good decisions. You must become a good decision maker. You must think the game. Secondly, you need to be a good defender. And thirdly, if you knock down the open J, that enhances your opportunity to play. We're all looking for three-point shooters, and we think that this evening we gave you some skills to help you become a better shooter in the three-point area. It's been our privilege and pleasure to work with you, and I'm speaking not just for myself, but for the demonstrators, Eric and Aaron and Frank. We all encourage you to keep an eye out for other camps being run by the University of Sports and the Superstars camp, especially the world-famous Superstars camp for college all-stars run every summer in San Diego. Thank you, and we hope you make use of this tape to improve your game.